I'll go get some more drinks for the boys.
That's my wife.
Cut my dick off.
I can't believe Snoop is talking about
Do you like the Blue Man Group? Welcome to the Thread Count Podcast.
I think he's saying Seagram's gin.
Cheryl Crow.
Your ass crack is whack. I want to put it on tap. Thank you, wife.
Oh, it's Mortarigga. You want to put it on tap? Dude, it's growing, dude.
You don't like mishaps? You don't like Bill Cosby?
All right, if you lean back farther, Warren, get in there. Push it in. Yeah, get your back supported, get nice and cozy. Yeah. You're a big motherfucker.
It's always kind of like that. We're always a little bit forward. These are new pillows. If you haven't noticed, we have new bedding here.
You like that?
I do. It's
we got
You like that shit?
It's country chic.
this new bedding. I've got this new pillow for my bad low back. We got some new stuff in here.
They're
some more
extremely
color.
comfortable.
Yes.
We've been leaving our wedding photos up just in case it chunks you up, Pop.
I mean, that is hot. You guys
like that? The smooch.
Wow.
They can't see the smooch, but they can see the bottom half.
They can't see what you put on the ceiling either. That is insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. Gaped out everywhere.
I know. I guess nobody's ever mentioned the mirror.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just weird staring at you.
Or the shackles or the chains, It's crazy.
All right. Welcome to the Thread Count Podcast. My name's Shannon Laleem. I'm here with my co-host.
Little Jojo the Cream.
And I'm Warren Scott.
Oh, my God. Welcome, Warren. How are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. It is great to be here. Thank you for my coffee.
It's great to have you here,
Yeah.
Pop.
Coffee in bed. This is breakfast in bed. Joey might give you head.
Mind, I thought it was a guarantee.
It's guaranteed. That's
I know.
payment for the pod.
That's right.
Just so you know, if you're a girl, Shannon's got to do some dirty work.
Now,
I am not a girl.
Now people might subscribe to the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Right? That's the way to do it.
Only hands.
Only hands. I wore my formal pajamas.
Yes, I
for
like
Sunday
this.
best.
Do you think there's an interest for only hands where it's just only fans of people's hands, but they're like touching it's two different hands from two sets of bodies, but just the hands touching and rubbing?
I mean, there are people who will pay for that.
Yeah?
But if you're just trying to rhyme it, only cans would probably do pretty good because you could
Boobs pushing
Yes.
together?
tits and ass can both
But
be called cans, right?
But
No. Well, singular can, nice can. You're definitely
Nice
talking.
can is that?
But if it's plural, I never even thought about that.
well,
Plural cans.
I'd say cans is tatas.
but only cans.
Cannon is your butthole.
what?
Cannon.
What
I
did
think
you?
a
Where were you
cannon's
calling the
your
can? The
butthole.
butt?
Well, yeah, singular. I think can means butt. Like if you say nice can,
Yeah,
you're not
if you're
talking to
like-
somebody who had like breast
If
cancer.
you're like Jack Black and Shallow Hal, you call it a can.
I'm not saying. I come from a different time.
When
first
you
of all.
when you hit the can, you take a shit.
with your you put your
Yeah.
can on the can.
Yeah. Stay on the can, bitch. You make someone take a shit. All right.
No, we're off topic.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what on topic
Thanks
is.
for being on, dude.
No, I'm so glad to be here. I just thought you guys didn't like me. You never invited me.
No, dude,
Oh
we've been
my God.
busy. I had
what
to
everyone
cancel
says.
on you once already.
Right? And I was like, oh man.
You're like, this is the 78th time they've done this to me.
I know, but this gave me time because last time when you canceled, my pajamas weren't going to arrive in time.
Then it all worked out,
and then
dude.
you delayed, and I'm like,
It's a
I'm
sign
happy.
sign
Yeah.
from God.
Right, or from Amazon Bezos.
Yeah.
It's Christmas in July here.
Right? Yeah, you guys look fantastic.
Joey stole my sweater. I don't know if we've ever
Oh,
talked
shit.
about this
Sorry,
sweater,
Shan.
but
I mean, the collar's real. You can't see it, but
here's
You like that?
something about this sweater is that Joey got me this sweater for our first Valentine's Day together.
Aww.
Many may know that I am a vintage windbreaker fan.
Right.
Pre-vintage windbreakers, I was a grandpa sweater fan. So if you've ever seen Joey in a grandpa sweater, it's my grandpa sweater that he's reclaiming. And I have about another 30 of those because I have the type of autism that when I like something, I buy it in every color. I have this shirt in about 5 colors. I have this cashmere sweater in about 3 colors.
There's also a black version of Joey, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just really weird.
Well, that's
She's
my
got
favorite
me in
one.
every color too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's good.
The
Thank you.
the Asian one does our taxes.
What about the Jewish one?
The Jewish one, that's him.
Oh. Whoa.
Hello. I don't know.
Joey-
Is that?
That's how you view Jews,
Yeah.
right?
We
You've
believe
had many Jews on here.
we believe
Yeah, we have.
Joey's
We love the
family.
Jews.
Joey's family. That we believe that some of his family descends from Hungarian Jews.
Yeah.
Why do you believe that?
Look at
Because
his
we don't
lips.
really know what they were, but like
Joey has some
people
Jewish
were on the run
features.
back in the day. I'm
You know,
sure
they're-
a bunch
they're-
of Jews on the run, and I was one of them.
That's entirely possible.
Me
You know, there
and
is
my other
DNA
lives.
testing. It's pretty easy. It's like $50.
We've never
now.
done it.
Well, I know, but
We probably- we
your
probably
DNA
should
wouldn't
because-
show his side.
Well, but I mean, we might be related.
Maybe you could be like second cousins, which
maybe
would
we're
explain
related.
so much.
Mm.
You're both Hungarian Jews.
Ooh.
That'd be weird. Come from the same village.
Oh yeah, we
Budapest.
both got eyebrows.
I'm Polish.
That's what you thought. Yeah, that's where they bought you. That's the camp.
Yeah, or so they say. No, my family.
I'm not Polish. I definitely got a pole.
I'm more Polish.
yeah.
That's a smaller penis joke.
Yeah.
Polish.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
That's a small.
I was doing the
penis
reverse
joke.
of that though.
I thought you were talking about.
Joey
the
says-
massive.
Joey
I
says
was.
I am.
Right. That's what I thought.
That's the joke.
From the first time, like I saw you perform, and you rarely perform comedy, it was about. No, it was you mentioning it massive, and I referenced it in some way after. I don't remember how, but it was like one of the first times I saw you do comedy at Duke's Tacos in Palm Beach.
Duke's Tacos.
I don't think my weenie's massive, especially when it's soft. It could be 2 inches.
Wait,
Yeah,
let's
so-
talk about this for a second. Penis sizes.
Yeah.
What is the regulation measurement of a penis?
Oh, like where do you start from? And
where
what-
do you start? Where do you end?
See, I think you should just start from the base, like from the front. Like some people try to go almost
the
from the
front.
asshole. Yeah, some people. Right. Some people think you should measure from like the taint. I figure that's cheating.
Taint.
Because there's no benefit to anything that's not out of the body. You know.
And you know
Do a
what?
base jump. Sorry.
I
Right.
never realized that there's about another like 5 inches in him. You know,
There's another 5 inches. What in him?
in him.
Oh, like from when he's soft to when he's not soft.
No, like on the back end.
Well, yes, but also there's like an attachment to the wiener that goes to the balls. That's also the wiener.
Right. There's a surgery you can get that like disconnected. So it
Oh.
So it becomes so it becomes legitimately part of the length.
Oh no, please.
I don't know what it's called. Something.
Oh no.
You don't need more. She couldn't take it any longer. Hashtag Steve Lamb.
My wiener's not big. Shannon just never wears her glasses. I replace it with the different wiener.
It's always with the lights off.
yeah.
Why is the lights off? Shh.
yeah.
Oh,
No, I
Made
always
this thing
wondered.
of Play-Doh.
right. We guys each other's like first real boyfriend girlfriend
Yeah. For
yeah.
me.
for you.
For me.
Yeah, yeah.
Shannon got
had
around.
a bunch of boys. Shannon was
No.
fucking kicking boys out her window.
That's not true.
I'm just
That
kidding.
seems like it could be true. How old were you guys
That's
when you
not
met?
First,
I was
18.
and I was 19.
Nice.
Legal.
Should be going to jail.
Yeah, she was just a 17.
Wait, so how long ago was that? So is that 8 years ago? No. No, you're older.
we
Oh, no, I know exactly how old you
This
are.
was July 2011.
I was 18 when we probably started talking.
No,
Okay.
no, because it was after 4th of July because it was after 4th of July.
Right, because your birthday is March 28th, 94, right?
Yes.
Okay.
She accosted me.
Got it.
I did technically. I put my hand on his leg and made a move.
Right. And that was the first boy you've ever done that to. So just.
Yeah. Usually I did not make the move. Yeah.
Yeah, so where did you. Because if you were
I
graduating
never
high
made
school,
the move. What?
Because if you were 19, you already had a high school, right? Or no? Or did you meet in high school?
I just graduated and she was junior and going into the senior year.
So school ends at the end of
May or June?
June for us. So this was like right at the beginning of summer.
I was held back 3 years, so I was super old.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I totally buy that. Nice.
Yeah. So that's kind of the that's kind of the dealio with us. Now you,
I'd rather talk about you guys.
yeah. Now you went to college or what?
I did. I graduated college apparently a month after your day you were born. I graduated Florida State in
Oh my gosh.
94.
Dang,
Wow.
You must have been popping loads.
In the college days?
Yeah.
I was terrible with women.
Did you have a big fro or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It would just go crazy. I mean, thankfully I still got some hair. You know?
Yeah, no, it looks good, but it's not fro-y. It's
No,
not like,
no. But I had
pretty
this
straight.
fro back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in high school. No,
You ever
went to
get
Florida
cum in
State?
it? What?
what's that?
You went to Florida State.
I went to Florida State, and then I went to UF for grad school for law. school.
Now at Florida State, did you ever get an STD?
At Florida State, no.
At Florida.
No, I'm just kidding. In Gainesville, they're all over the place.
For that, I like the pause for that.
Well, no, I didn't know where you were going.
State,
I've never had an STD that I know of.
No, what do you mean you've never had one? Because you'd have to be cured of it.
Oh, really? I thought sometimes they come and go.
No, that is not
Well,
like
sometimes my dick burns, but I think that's just like soap related.
friction.
Yeah.
Walking around, just from it rubbing against your
Friction,
knee.
yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Right.
I think a lot of people go to the doctor and they're like, "What's wrong with my dick, doc?" And the doc's like, "Stop spanking it. Stop spanking it, Joe."
I think that's just your doctor. My doctor's never
Oh,
told me
no.
to stop. But he's like, he's just looking at the calluses on your hand. He goes, "Is that from the guitar?"
I have a lump on my epididymis that I've had forever, and
What's
it's
your
just
epididymis?
like
On his ball.
it's the top of your ball. It's what connects like the ropes.
little line?
It's what connects all the
Vas
no.
deferens?
Yeah, it's like the
so
vas
with
deferens.
his balls, one of
At
the
the top.
balls has like
Yeah,
like a lumpy thing on it.
It's like Lance Armstrong.
I think it's from yanking on the thing. I think
I
it's
mean-
from yanking. Like if you yank something enough, and it's just like boom, boom, boom. Eventually,
I mean,
it
how
gets
tight a
callous.
grip are you using? Like,
He-
how hard is this mic in your
listen.
hand? Oh, that's kind of tight.
He's-
All
Yeah,
right.
don't fucking pull
He's a
it, bro.
gorilla grip.
Yeah,
He's a gorilla
Go
grip
lighter.
kind of
Treat
boy.
it, treat him kindly.
I'm mad at it.
Don't spank it like it owes you money.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
He ripped his hole open. That's how hard he's spanking it.
No, I've never ripped my whole.
how?
I like to think of a guy ripping his dick hole.
Unless you had like a Prince off.
You know the lightsabers from the action figures in Star Wars? Those little tiny lightsabers?
stick one in there,
I
did
did when I was a kid for no reason. I wasn't even coming yet. I was just a little kid and I was like, you can do this. And I started to do it and I was like, doesn't hurt. And all of a sudden it hurt.
Yeah.
Yank,
I'm bothered.
ouch, scream.
Okay.
Enough about
Now
penises.
no STDs, no threesomes
In college?
ever.
Ever? I mean, yeah.
You've had a threesome?
Yeah.
Give us
No.
give us the tea.
That was
Yeah.
it was a long time ago. I don't even remember.
I don't even remember.
It didn't even happen.
With a boy and a girl?
No, it was 2 women.
Two
Oh, sick, dude.
I mean, that is one of the 3 possibilities, right? There's only 3 possibilities. It could be 2
Dang,
guys,
dude.
Well,
1 and 1, or
Technically, there's a lot more
No,
possibilities.
no, not back in the
now.
days when I was doing it. There was just 2. Now I'm open to. There's so many more, which is cool.
Wow.
Little BJ Sandy.
BJ Sandy?
Yeah, sandwich.
Oh, they said Sandy like
Sandy BJ
like-
wouldn't be nice.
No, that'd be like one. Yeah, if you go to like, you think it's cool, like take her to the ocean
Yeah,
at night,
yeah.
and then it's like,
Sandy.
yeah, and everything.
Were these in your LA days?
I never lived in L.A.
I thought you lived in LA. Didn't you do movie shit?
I mean, I'm not Brian Drolet. I know, I know, we look exactly the same.
Weren't you in a couple like
Yeah,
things?
I was in, but only I went there specifically.
Oh well, I mean,
for
I
the-
guess I figured.
I've only
maybe.
I've lived Florida. I've lived in New York, and I lived in Colorado. So for more than like a month, I've stayed out in California. Got family there, so
Dang. What was the best time of your life, and will you ever get that back? Like, what was the best time you think? Like, when I think about like the most carefree time of my life, I'm probably like college.
Yeah,
but
that's what- so-
what was for you?
no, it's definitely going to be college, like fraternity days.
Oh, you were in a fraternity.
I was. I mean, I am still to this day.
Dang, dude, all the lawsuits you can now fight against yourself.
That's the lamest thing you've ever said. I still am.
I used to be in one, and I still am too.
Yeah.
It's not only lame. But
You
it's
ever
a
go
stuff that
back to
makes
have a
work.
cold one with the boys?
I do. Not
Ooh,
as
really?
much lately. I used to go back like all the time.
Which school was this?
Florida State.
Oh,
So yeah, it's a party school.
and you didn't get an STD and you were in a fraternity?
I know. I didn't really get laid in college.
At all.
I mean, minimally.
Minimally.
Yeah, like minimally.
Wow.
Boy, I tell you, I was getting laid in college.
Boom. I mean, I had girlfriends in college. Yeah,
He's
like
so ridiculous.
I had girlfriends in college.
Boy, I was
so-
getting laid in college, bro.
Jeez.
Getting that pussy.
Where'd you go to college?
Purchase College.
That's right.
Shout out Panthers.
Go Panthers.
Oh my god.
Hey, and give me some money back. Don't make me pay the rest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Still
takes
owe 'em a
forever.
lot.
I'm old, and I only paid mine off like 2 years ago.
Oh shit, really?
Like I expected like some fanfare, and they just stopped sending me bills.
I'm convinced
Wow.
now you can get by about lying about your degrees and everything. Just lie about everything, you can get by. Cause
Right, you can just chat GPT anything. These
Yeah.
days.
I've
used it so much lately.
Wow.
Not for comedy, but
make
for
me a
like-
resume, make me a certificate saying
Yeah.
that I've graduated, have my doctorate, can operate on these patients.
Okay, well,
All right, let's try to get this somewhere.
Yeah. All right.
No.
Now, being in a fraternity, tell us the craziest thing that you can share with us that you wouldn't legally get spanked for.
I mean, now looking back after, I mean, I feel like we did stupid shit then. We had a night where like when we were pledges, and back when hazing was totally legitimate, or at least more legitimate, like where it was like they treated it like a fancy restaurant, but they brought us all in there and like fed us shit like dog food and like just, but like unfancy.
What was the worst thing you had to eat? Dick? Someone made you suck their dick?
No, they didn't make you. No. I mean, they did some weird ass shit
sorry.
back then. I don't know if it was specifically a fraternity thing. I didn't do it, but so many people. This thing called the anal chug,
butt chug.
I've
Yeah, butt
seen
chug.
some
Yeah.
of my buddies have done that.
where they take your shirt and pants off, pour it down your back, and the other guy's on the ground like lapping it up.
Oh,
and
okay. No,
pretending-
no, that's not the type
Wait,
of...
wait.
Okay,
what?
that's what it
wait,
is.
lapping it up. What did you mean? Wait. Say it again.
I figured it was
Someone drinks off the balls?
Basically, yeah. So like, it's called the anal chug, which different than the butt chug. It's
It should be
Two
called
balls,
the
two
anal luge.
I mean, they weren't that clever back then.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
I mean,
These
yeah,
are
it was more.
frat boys.
It depends
Okay.
what you're focusing on. You're focusing on the motion. They're focusing on the lap.
What do they put?
So-
A little paper towel at the bottom?
No, is that one person lays on the ground, up, the other man standing above him, no pants, no shirt, pours the beer down his back.
ass,
Well, it pours
yeah.
down his back, but it luges, as you
In
say.
his balls and butt.
Right.
On his tip, maybe even too.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking more asshole on it. Like, I
The
was
other
never
guy drank it?
personally. Yeah.
Did you have to do that?
No, I did not, but I saw it, and it was.
One time.
That was not one of the favoriter times.
One time, someone who is on this podcast, not going to say his name, I think it might have been my idea, but we were like,
my
"Yo,
God.
everyone pitching money. Our homie's gonna try and fit this like beer bottle up his ass." We were like, "You got to fit it all the way in, like with the
A glass bottle.
Yeah, and it was so.
You know what the
reckless.
problem is? There's a pressure problem because you pull out the air,
Yeah.
and then it creates a vacuum, and you can't pull it out. And then you got to go to the.
Well, he couldn't get it in, not even like a little bit, and
Oh,
he tried
virgins.
for so long.
He tried for so long.
We all had the
And
money.
Wait, no, the
I don't think
worst
we
part
Get a
is...
chapstick or something.
Joe, you're missing this. So the worst part is, okay,
Don't say the names.
he did it in front of like two girls. One of them he was trying to fuck.
Well,
He's trying to impress.
did that help? I mean, can't
No.
imagine that's.
He couldn't even get it in. We were just dying laughing.
We were all
watching
watching
him
it.
try. Yeah. What the fuck?
What was his flaw in not getting it?
He couldn't get the tip
That's a
in, dude. Like the
crazy
rim of the
college-
bottle was
It was
just
too
so
much.
big.
So he was not used
And
to
honestly,
cutting-
what if it broke inside him and he died? You know, like he could
Right.
have died of internal bleeding.
Yeah,
And
that's
it would
the
have
problem
been
with glass.
my fault. 'Cause I was like, "Come on, guys, chipping $10 every person."
Because I would think go with an aluminum bottle. Because then it would also, if the vacuum issue occurred, it'd be a lot easier to cut a little hole in the side and release the vacuum.
Pop a hole, yeah.
He's got a science, you know. if you get-
No, it was empty. It was just purely for pleasure.
No, I get that part, but I'm saying like if you push the bottle in and then the air comes out, then you can't pull it out.
My
Because it
other
creates a
buddy in
vacuum.
high school poured beer into his ass. Like had a funnel, put it in his ass, poured beer, then walked around spraying it everywhere.
It's supposed to get you drunker that way too.
Oh my god,
But
I wonder.
I'm not
who
gonna
that
say
is.
who it is, but we used to hang out in his basement a lot. We always threw rocks at cars. No, I'm just kidding.
I know exactly.
I
what
threw
you're
rocks
talking
at cars with a lot of people. That was a bad.
We used
He's
to shoot
kind of
BB
famous
guns
now.
at cars.
Yeah, I threw bricks one time. What?
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I never did that.
Yeah.
I just threw rocks.
I mean,
about. Oh my god.
we definitely didn't do. No, I don't know why we shot shit up.
I
with
threw a
BB guns.
stick once, or log.
At a car.
Yeah,
a log.
hit the
There's a
side.
big difference between a stick and
Hit
a log.
the side, doof, when we went running. Then fucking police were scouring the streets.
I
This
feel
never
like
really happened.
we grew up right on the cusp of like security.
Right, there wasn't cameras. Like cameras were a big deal,
No.
like in the '90s or '80s when I was like doing
No.
stupid shit.
What was like the craziest shit like you and your friends would do at like a sleepover? Like, would you ever have like crazy sleepovers with your friends back in the day?
Yeah, in
and,
the
like,
70s or whatever.
I mean, I can't remember. I mean, I was like really little in the '70s, but I remember like.
80s.
Yeah, yeah, no, I was
you
trying
had
to
the
think.
80s, dude,
Yeah,
dude. The
80s,
80s,
like, so-
fro.
Yeah, it's like VCRs were around, so like but there was no internet for porn. So like if somebody got a hold of a tape, like you'd all like climb into bed like this and watch it, like guys.
All
like,
the boys, yeah.
but just everybody. Like I don't know why, but this guy he was always getting weird shit. Like it was like animal fuckers. It was like
you watch them fuck animals.
I mean, back then it's not like a kink of mine, but
Back then, dude, which
Don't
animals
lie.
was he fucking? Horse?
I think I recall a chicken, which was sad.
Dude, that
I
is
know, I
sad,
know.
dude. They
Chicken.
killed it. It's internal bleeding. He's just fucking the inside of the chicken.
As opposed to
Are you
what they normally
saying-
do to chickens. No, this
No,
was
get
the
a big
porno.
enough
This-
animal, dude,
there was-
where the dick fits.
I didn't hang
The
around
animal
long for
might
that
even
one.
like it. What?
I don't know. Yeah,
He-
Give it to a horse.
He fucked the chick.
in. Oh yes.
He fucked the chick. What a cuck.
Hey.
That was the first flashlight.
The first flesh. It was real flesh.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
oh. Yeah, so I would just remember the sleepovers.
What else? What else did he fuck?
Chicken.
In the movie. Gosh, I don't want to.
In the movie, dude, I'm gonna have nightmares about the chicken already.
I mean, it
Might as well
probably
just
still
keep going.
it probably still exists. I mean, I remember reading a scary story like a guy who fucked a horse.
Got fucked by a horse.
Right.
And died. I
Yes.
saw
Right,
that
everyone
one.
saw that one. Like,
we
remember-
heard it. We heard like the noise. He's like,
Right. No, the horse is like
he
take it.
neighs. They both neigh.
Oh shit! No, I remember doing stupid shit because like before cameras, like
That happened in Wellington, I think.
maybe right before it was a polo horse. It was It was like a multi-million-dollar horse. So they couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And they charge him for the for the sperm because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
hundreds of thousands. Remember, we stole like we'd worked at Publix. Like it's a real joke, but we would like steal weird like first we would steal like beer like you'd like because you had to bring the trash
Oh,
out the
yeah,
back
yeah.
door, so like on the bottom of the trash would be like cases of beer, and then we'd go
Yeah.
back after close. But then we realized they did the bread delivery. I don't think I've told this story ever 'cause I feel like it's way past any statute of limitations.
Yeah.
But it was like, so they deliver like 1 a.m. They deliver the bread and you get it. So we stole it all, which would have been fine. But then we decided to like leave it all around town.
Yeah. I've done stuff like that.
Yeah, and then it was like on cop cars, and then we didn't know what, we should have just thrown it away. But then we're like, well, we should just bring the rest of it back, and that's what we got caught by
Yeah.
the cops. When we bring it back, but we had like
How much bread did you take?
I mean, whatever fits in the back.
Did
of,
you
like-
eat some too?
I'm sure it did. 'cause-
Yeah, it's good, dude.
I mean, yeah, fresh bread.
bread,
You're
yeah.
right.
Oh.
And they probably like cinnamon roll. I don't
Yeah.
remember exactly, but
How much bread
So
was
I have a
this?
similar story.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
How much bread was this?
that filled up a whole back seat. You know, like we just like pulled. It was like, what do we do? But then when we got caught, you know, at first my friend's like, let's say somebody else who worked there gave it to us. I'm like, no. I came up with like, I was like, we were out at Don Carter's. That was the only place you could like hang out, the bowling alley. And I was like, somebody else there stole it. But since we worked at Publix, we're like, that's wrong. And we're like, we're going to take it back. Because we clearly were putting it back when the cop pulled up. So like, it kind of like made sense. We didn't get arrested. They called the manager who knew us. And we're like, yeah, you know, we saw stolen. We thought we needed to bring it back. But if there was cameras like at the cop car and all these other our friends' houses that we left, like because there was powdered donuts. I remember there was powdered donuts because I think we put it
delicious.
on the cop car, but like eat the donuts, cop,
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
like
yeah.
crazy like that.
Oh shit!
Right now, I just solved like a 25-year-old mystery.
Yeah,
So they're
yeah.
like,
Cold case,
Dang.
cold cases solved now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like even like for us, like we got away with like you could like hump a cop car back in the day, get on
Right.
it, and like do like funny shit. And like nowadays, it's like I would never even like.
No,
touch a cop
100% you're
car.
on video. That's what
Yeah,
sucks.
it's
You can't
scary.
get away with murder
Cops
anymore.
now just blast you off if they want to, then have sex with your corpse.
I agree in the first half. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like they probably don't fuck you.
Yeah, probably not. I'm
I
just
mean, but
kidding.
if you're dead,
Unless you're hot.
Respect
that's
cops,
probably
kind of.
right. That's why I work not to be hot, so cops won't fuck me when they.
So
dead.
what was it called? Wilson Farms is kind of like a 7-Eleven near us.
Yeah.
And every night they would throw out their donuts that they didn't use.
Right.
So we would go there and like we weren't stealing them. They would just have a
Right.
trash bag of donuts and we'd be like, "Hey, can we have that?" And then we would take it. Then we would eat a bunch, but we'd go around town like fucking blasting donuts. And not me, but some other kids that I know pretty well took a bunch of donuts and they fucking like terrorized like the middle school and like fucked up this bench that was like a memorial for like someone that died, and then like got in trouble for it. I think they found out who did it, but maybe not. Maybe it was a mystery.
It reminds me like of a fat boy trick. Like if you go to like a Dunkin' Donuts like right a couple minutes before they close.
Oh
yeah, and you just order your coffee. Like, we guys do with the donuts. Like, oh, we just throw them away, give them away, and they'll give you like all
a
the
box,
donuts. Like
yeah.
that. That's those little tricks you learn when
You
you're.
could put them on your weenie all the way up. Is how many they give you.
how many donuts can you fit on? A
Probably
hard weenie?
like 3.
Can you get hard putting donuts on you?
I could get hard and then put the donuts on.
I don't
Right.
know that the donut hole is
Is sufficiently large for the
It
girth of his
is.
penis?
That's perfect size donut hole.
maybe.
Nice snug fit.
It's nice tight fit.
Yeah, he's
I
gonna
don't-
fuck some donuts. Look at him thinking about fucking
Right?
Some
I've
You
never
just put
thought about
the
it.
caps it with the jelly sideways
yeah,
instead
yeah.
of around,
You use jelly all the way up.
just to help them get on without
Yeah,
breaking them.
actually capping with the jelly makes more sense just for the tip.
Right, I just thought it would be a
Vanilla
nice like
cream.
tower like with
Add
the head.
some more jelly. This is crazy.
Now I want
I'm
donuts.
sorry, dude. This episode.
We got so sidetracked here. Now, how did you start comedy?
Okay, I started comedy. Gosh, see, I came in 2 phases. So I got divorced. How old was I? I should know this. About, let's see, 15, 16 years ago. So, I feel like I was in my 30s for sure. Whenever it happened, yeah. I was in my 30s, like 35 or whatever. Long marriage that ended, and so I was single and just being single and somebody introduced me to this girl in New York. I was living in Florida and going back and forth to Colorado where my kid was. And they're like, oh, you guys should just go out. And I went there and we ended up going to a comedy club. We went to Caroline's in New York City. And I just kind of mentioned like, oh, I always wanted to do comedy. And then, like, literally there was like a sign there, like, try stand-up comedy, like take a comedy class. I don't think comedy classes were big, like only like big clubs were like doing them back then. So I'm like, and it's funny, I didn't think me and this girl really hit it off. But she's like, oh, if you want to come, it goes like same thing, like an 8-week class, like one day of the week. So like I literally would fly there like one day a week for the next 2 months and do the comedy class and hang out with this girl. But then like the class was like, there was like the last week and they had like the final show and everything. She's like, oh, you coming next week? And I was like, oh, I needed a place to stay in New York City for the last 2 months. So she wasn't really happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually now I feel bad. So, but anyway, so that was my initial start in comedy, but I didn't know what to do from there. Like I was going back and forth from Florida and Colorado a lot. And I did like one open mic in Colorado, but like, I didn't know there was other types of open mics. So like I showed up to a music open mic, but like, I was just so like young and happy to do it. And the guy's like, well, you can just do comedy.
Yeah.
And actually, a weird thing happened that night. So, like, there was this bachelorette party that was at the comedy show, and they were like, "Come hang out with us." So this is in Colorado, and so I can hang out with them for like the next hour or two. And like, oh, at the end, like my fiance is going to be there, and fiance was a guy I went to high school with in Florida. Randomly ran into in Denver, and his fiance.
Oh, that's weird.
Right?
Dang.
Yeah. So.
And you almost fucked his.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
No, I was just like going around like that.
He's like, I
You were
miss you,
trying
brother.
to.
Will you please?
No,
fuck my wife?"
I wasn't.
That's crazy.
No,
That was the night you had a threesome.
with him
With
and
them.
his future wife. Yeah.
There's that cosmic sync, boy.
But then like I didn't do comedy for like a long time. Like I just didn't know what to do with it, and then a few years ago, like 6 years ago now, like the improv was doing classes, so I did a class at the improv, and then like I still didn't really know about it, and then went to like one open night the night we had our graduation thing, and then someone told me about one that was the next night that was at the time was Funky Buddha, which became the Robot, which became out of business. But that was like the open mic to go to back when I started, and there's a comic there who doesn't really do comedy anymore. This guy Randy Vega, he's like, you got to go out every night and do comedy. I'm like, yeah, I got to go out every night, and you know. So like I did for like a year. So then like I got into the scene and met people and like started doing it. Never made it famous, But now after being on Thread Count, I assume my follower count.
This is the fame.
Yeah, you're gonna get jerked off
They
after
call it,
this by someone. Someone's gonna jerk you off after
right,
this.
even if it's myself.
Yeah.
Thread count, follower count.
Yeah.
They call it the Thread Count bump. After
I can see your dick, son. It's popped.
That's the coffee in my sippy
dick.
cup. I mean, that's where it would be.
Is there a button on your dick undone?
Joey.
Yes. And I didn't wear any underwear underneath. I don't want to have panty lines.
Thread count, baby.
What's the thread count?
Yeah, what's the thread count on that silk?
I don't know.
I can't even see the thread.
my
That's how silky
God.
it is.
I'm wearing cashmere, actually.
A bunch of fancy folks. Here with all our. This is normally what I wear to bed at night. Unless it's.
Do you? I just go boxers and.
I just go
t-shirt.
boxers, and sometimes not even t-shirt.
Really?
Yeah, like.
I feel like my body's just all over the place. Son. My nipples are just touching.
We're all
stuff.
picturing that right now.
My cat.
Well, I hope
gets on
so.
my cat tries to go in my armpit and lick my nipples.
So our dog likes to sleep between my legs. That's
Yeah.
like I try not to get him there, and then like girlfriend complains that like my legs are too far spread. Probably gonna comment now like, look, you were fine here for an hour without spreading them, but
yeah.
I think when I sleep, but the dog
You
sleeps.
gotta let
Spread
your
'em.
nuts have time. Like
Yeah, they gotta cool off.
yeah. My nuts
she
get
likes when you
bundled.
spread them.
Right.
Spread 'em, boy.
No, she hates it because then she's like, you take up more than half the bed, and I'm like, well, I'm twice your size. I
Do you have a
get.
king size?
We do, but she's saying we need like a California king now,
I think California is just longer, which you're
or
tall.
whatever. No, someone said it was wide. I don't know. She wants to get some bed that's like even wider.
Yeah,
So we'll have to get on that.
you're gonna have to do that.
I know, yeah. If
That's
she
how
wants
that
it,
works.
California God is what they call that bed.
California God.
Yeah. God damn, boy, that's a
Oh.
big bed.
And
Hey,
we're just gonna
baby,
get-
that's the big bed.
We're gonna get a custom made bed, or just put like 2 queen size beds together, and just go huge, just like from wall to wall.
There's not even room in most Florida
I was gonna
houses
say,
for
like,
a
we
king
have-
size bed. Like this bed takes up our entire fucking room.
Right? Yeah, our
We don't even
bedroom's
have
up-
a real dresser in this fucking
Can't
bedroom.
even take a poop anywhere in here.
Well, we don't poop in our bathroom. I mean, in our bedroom, but yeah, our bedroom's about this. Maybe just slightly bigger if we have the king in there, but not really much because we got these old Florida houses. They weren't made
Yeah.
for all the comforts that we require today.
Yeah, for our bigger than king size beds.
Right? You guys gonna stay in South Florida?
We love this house. We're definitely gonna keep this house.
Keep this
but
house forever.
yeah,
But if we ever move, we'll keep the house.
Right.
We'll rent it to
I was gonna say this would be
Scott.
right. This would be a great rental. I'm
Yes,
sure.
yeah,
It's right
this
near
would be.
all
I
the
just don't want
important
someone
roads.
to come on the walls.
Where do you want them to come?
In the toilet.
It's so like
You don't even
Se-
come in the toilet.
that's his nickname.
If
for
I
no.
did, well, I come on tissues. Sometimes they go in the toilet.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you'll come on actual tissues like during sex or like if you're jerking off.
If he's jerking off.
Oh, okay.
And after sex sometimes.
Yeah,
well-
that's usually into like clothing.
I'm trying not to do it to clothing.
Yeah, I feel like clothing's a thing now. I think people should use wet wipes if you have them. But
Oh, wet wipes.
right, that's a great idea.
That is a good idea.
But
Sex
yeah,
wipes,
yeah, you,
like
right, you could-
special ones. That
Would they burn your
smell.
wiener though?
No, you get like
Wet
the ones that are like
wipes?
hypoallergenic for like babies. Yeah, don't use like the bleach ones. Use like the ones that are made for little kids, hypoallergenic,
Hmm.
because they're made for
Is
those body
that
parts.
is that your pro tip for the thread count?
That's it.
Look
Yes.
how scared you look. You look
No.
so
This
That's
is
scared.
gonna be the clip for the show.
Then I highly recommend hypoallergenic wet wipes for after sex. Stop wasting your t-shirts. You could just put that shirt back on after instead of using it for
Oh yeah, you don't have to fucking gobble it up.
right.
Yeah.
Gobble it with the ghoul, gabagool.
Right, throw it in the basket, and then like, do I put on another t-shirt? I mean, or do
What
I
is your heritage?
my heritage. Nice transition.
Yeah.
That's what they said after I had the surgery. No.
Oh yeah.
No.
That's good.
Right?
That's fine.
See, my dad's Jewish. My mom was Christian. So like my dad's like German and my mom's Yugoslavian.
Ooh, a real
no.
Spitzka.
I don't even know what that is. There's a Schwitzka
Yeah.
and a Schwitz, which is like a sweaty Schwitzka. Would it be a Schwitzka?
Spitzka.
That's what you said, I believe.
No, it isn't.
You're really good at your Yiddish.
Let's talk about off the cuff.
Off the cuff, yes. The podcast / open mic / panel show that I do. It's a lot. I mean,
How did that come about? Like, what kind of sparked you to create that? And
I mean, probably the inspiration behind it's Kill Tony.
yeah,
Just I wanted to have something that like that here that people could do all the time. A chance. Like I rotate. Like I'll try to bring in like a really big comic and then like try to save money the next time and do a local and then kind of like a middle tier touring comic, the third one. I just think it's fun. It's like, because also when you're doing 90 seconds of comedy, I feel like everyone pays attention because it's such a short amount of time.
Yeah, it's a fun show, dude. I love it.
Yeah, so it's coming. It's been on hiatus as the Best Western Hotel and Conference Center didn't have air conditioning for the last few months. No AC. Yeah, and we're not. We weren't doing it there. And we tried it at some other venues, like a bar, and it wasn't I didn't like it as much there. Some people liked it there, but it wasn't run like a comedy club. It was run like a bar with a comedy show going on.
Yeah.
And you had to deal with.
There was a fight one time. Remember that?
At least one time. Yes. With the owners were a little they worried about their patrons who weren't there for comedy.
Yeah.
So like the TVs were on for any games that were on, and they would be the loudest people there. So it was,
yeah.
So anyway, July 11th, depending when this comes out, it may have already happened. We're coming back.
No,
Do
it
you
should
know
be out
the
by
headliner?
July 11th.
We got Ricky Cruz, who's like a Miami
Cruz,
headliner,
nice.
and we got Drew Illa and Jackie and myself.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's and if it works, if it seems like it's still people are into it, then I'll shoot for a real headliner for August.
Are you doing a showcase with that too, or you're just doing
So we're doing the
night?
Saturday. Yeah, so like the way it works is like the headliner and the feature generally get to pick a winner or two or three, depending. I try to get, especially if we have like a really cool headline, like we had like Adam Ray and Emma, like I love to get as many people like local comics as possible. Yeah, did you win on that one?
I won that one.
Yeah, but I try to get as many locals as possible to have a chance to work with. Like that way, everyone gets a credit. I opened for such and such, and then like just
It's a cool thing, Papa.
I really like it.
Most of my credits.
It's most of your, so yeah, so it's like whatever, So it's like, and then we get to we all get to meet these better comics, and work. And since it's like only 90 seconds, they're actually paying attention.
Yeah.
Because they know they're going to have to talk at the end of that 90 seconds, so they need to pay attention. So it's like, I tried the first time I did it, we did the 5-minute sets, and it was like same as any regular. It's like most of the audience is tuning out, especially the comics. So
I hadn't done. The first one I did was the Adam Ray one.
Okay, which is a great one to start with. I feel like that's where like it turned the corner a little bit and felt to me as like it felt like more like an actual show and an event, and he turned out to be like one of the coolest comics. He hung out with like everybody.
Osama
He geeked me,
Sadiq.
no problem.
That's right. Yeah, Osama Siddiqui was an awesome. Like we went. Did you come out after we went dancing in Northwood?
That was fun. Yeah. After the show.
Oh, I had to leave that one to get to another show.
Oh yeah, you didn't come out to Harold's.
Yeah.
The Sandman sleeps. Zach's trying to get me out daily. What?
No, that was when you went up to the Jacksonville Winter Fest, whatever, with Lindsay.
That was a whole different thing.
Yeah, so you play in the Off the Cuff band. Joey's been playing in the Off the Cuff band since the Adam Ray show, and
that was the first one you did.
Yeah.
No, I think we did one more before that.
No.
Adam Ray wasn't the first nut.
It definitely was.
Wasn't the first nut.
Because it was the first one I had ever been to.
It definitely wasn't the first. Maybe it was.
Because the Adam Ray one was because Steve Lamb hopped in on that one.
Yeah.
And that wasn't your first show, or did you not? Did you not come to the first one?
We
didn't have me the first one.
No, because the first one I feel like we had 3 people. I thought we had you.
Jesse.
Ryan and Jesse.
Yeah.
That was the first one. That wasn't Adam Ray, was it?
That was Adam Ray. 1,000% that was Adam
Did
Ray.
I have a band before that? Because
I
why
know.
did Steve jump in on the first one?
I don't
I'm
know.
just so glad he
'Cause
did that one.
I think it was the
know.
first one with the band.
Maybe it
It
was.
was the first one with the band, and it was just kind of like, oh, what's going on with the band? We don't really know. Whatever.
It's cool
sure.
being able to look back at that episode with Steve and like
Yeah.
have that saved somewhere.
Because that was also something like that he wanted, like, to be in a band. Like the
Yeah,
fact that he
yeah.
just jumped in. That was like the last show that, off the cuff that he was around for. Steve Lamb passed away last year. For those who, but yeah, seeing like I watched that, I have all the footage from all the cameras, and just like he was just so happy being there playing with you guys.
Yeah, it was a good time.
And like, I mean, he does music. If you could like check out his YouTube, I mean, he has like, he plays the ukulele and like sings.
Yeah.
And but being in the band, I felt like was like a real like thing for him. And like,
yeah.
playing in the band.
yeah, and doing his so anyways, the off
He's
the cuff.
still with us when we play, except he's in my pants, making me
So it's
rock
all-
hard. He's tickling my nuts so that I play real good.
Right.
Love you, Steve.
I love you too, Steve.
He'd like that.
He would.
God.
He'd appreciate it. Yeah. So off the cuff. I don't know. I mean, my goal is to like have the podcast of it like gain more traction. Like we started getting some decent number of followers on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks I haven't put any out in 6 months now. So now
Yeah.
after next week, and it sucks. The last one we actually did a road. Well, you guys were both there. We did a road show in Tampa at Side Splitters Comedy Club,
yeah.
which was really cool because it was like we had off the cuff. It was like 8:00, and then the winner got to do the 10:00 show at Side Splitters. So it was kind of like
Yeah.
I've been trying to like work that out with the improv. I've been talking to them. I mean, obviously it hasn't happened yet. So that's like one of the other goals for this year. Like, because I talked to them, they were open to the idea of like talking to some of their headliners, like, hey, do you want to come in a day early, do a Thursday show, get paid for that, and then get, the winners get to do one of the shows over the weekend, which at the improv, which I thought would be really cool. I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but we are that is in the works.
It would
so.
make the stakes higher for the comedians to be a little bit sharper
Right.
because you need to be good enough. Like, what if one of the comedians is just like,
Yeah,
hey,
because
this
some
boy
of the
can't
people that
suck
have
my
won
teeth.
are like they might have gotten kind of lucky on their minute.
Right, and we have had that where people like bombed the Saturday show completely, and so yeah, that's part of the moving parts, right? Besides getting the improv to sign on, you got to get this headliner and like their agent usually to like allow the person to go at the improv who hasn't been at the improv before.
Yeah.
So the kinks to work out, but
yeah.
we like working out kinks,
That yeah, that is one of the kind of interesting factors, I guess, because like it used to always be paired with like you open for the person, and then I think sometimes like it was just like you generally won. Because I think a couple of the ones like I won like money.
Right. Well, it
whatever
depended. I mean,
for-
the ideal scenario is when we have Friday have off the cuff and Saturday have one or two shows with the same headliner.
Yeah.
But sometimes the schedules of the headliners don't line up, or like I'll see like if we have like a good comic is in town for like a one-nighter Saturday somewhere else, I'll hit them up to see if they're willing to do it on Friday, and then obviously not have the show Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, it helped. Like all the bigger comics I've get is because I've hit them up just straight up on Instagram.
Yeah.
It gives you like that one. You could, if you're not like friend, or if you're not like whatever tight with somebody, he lets you send that one message.
yeah.
Like I've like crafted one that usually gets a response from
is it
comics.
just dollar signs
Just, I mean, I also try to like
and
pitch
a
it
plus spec?
like and a plus check, yeah. I'll like look up their schedule. Like I'll see like the way that's how we got Adam Ray. Like I looked up because it actually the way his schedule looked, it said he was actually booked that night, but he was doing the Impractical Jokers cruise out of and like I knew that was out of Miami, and I knew that cruises come in like that Friday morning. So I was like, all right, his schedule says he's actually booked Friday like on the cruise all week, but I know they're going to be done at 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. So like, fuck it, I hit him up on Instagram and. I threw dollar signs, and he's like, give me more dollar signs.
Yeah.
And then we went, back and forth, and then he's like, give me this many dollar signs. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to give you that many dollar signs.
Dang, dude.
And,
Well, you made my day. He drank my tequila.
Right, honestly, like, I thought that was so cool, right? You had it like hidden behind the curtain. And
I
he's
was
like,
chugging it. I was actually I was ass lugeing that into Ryan's mouth the whole time. But then Adam Ray got some of that ass luge tequila.
there you go. No, he, like, of all, like, probably at least the top two or three, like, he was super cool. Usama was, I thought was super cool. I mean, that's not to say any other comic so it wasn't super
Yeah.
cool, but like ones who just like hang out like as if they were there, like at the mic with
Yeah, like
when they're
just
like,
being,
we're
like,
gonna go. I mean, Adam Ray I think was doing like Madison Square Garden literally like a month later, with so
Yeah. And then he was doing 30 whippets with me and my Toyota.
right,
No,
which is
oh
like
my
a
I'm just kidding. He never did that.
right. It wasn't 30 whippets.
Yeah,
That's crazy number of whippets to do. So yeah, I want to get bigger names. I want to grow like tighten up like the podcast of it. Like that one, like he came out was really cool. Like I don't know if you remember, he came out and like tried to get the final like chord of the guitar playing and jumped to it. He's like, I thought that would look cooler.
Having a good time, yeah.
But that was like still trying to figure out the video, like to get that running. So
it's gotten better and better, and that's the same thing with us. It's like as we do our podcast, this is our 46th episode, but a couple episodes have been not real episodes or like just us. I don't know.
Some of them have been just us. There's probably a few.
3, so that
at
means
least 3 or so.
yeah. I don't know.
Right. Well, now you got your fancy camera. I like the
Yeah.
Sony.
Yeah.
Those are good. I love
It's
them.
nice.
Right. Somebody who loves you very much got it for you as a present.
Yep.
I love
My
seeing you guys.
biggest fan.
Your biggest fan.
I'm
That is
investing.
awesome.
I'm investing in this.
You know what's funny
relationship.
about Off the Cuff is I've premiered like a lot of my jokes like at those shows. Like I did them like maybe I had done them once or twice before I did them on the show, but like the first time I ever did like my nipple hairs joke was on Usama Sadiq. That was February of 24.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And you've won a couple times or been like one of the winners.
Yeah, I won Adam Ray. I won Usama
Humble
Sadiq, Esther Koo,
To name a few.
David
you-
Nahil.
and you won
2 of the casual.
Well, casual. I meant, and also like the little writing contest. I like
Yeah,
my contest.
yeah,
you like
yeah,
those.
yeah,
You like
yeah,
the
yeah.
that kind of like rolls into you like your riff roulette.
Yes,
Like
yes.
having to like come up with comedy like on the spot.
Yeah,
is,
yeah. The I like my whatever. Like I like
Right.
my whatever.
Yeah, I like that style of joke because and everyone gets like an hour to kind of come up with a bunch of them.
No, and so sometimes it's been very close, and you've done like a cheer off. What you
Yeah.
should do, dude, is make them roast each other. The 2 people, like
Oh,
be
really?
like
Oh my
roast
God.
battle real quick, and then
Oh, like
and
your
then,
two
that's
best
hard.
roasts.
Yeah.
That's
because
hard.
it's really hard to write because you don't know who
Yeah,
you're gonna end up with.
Exactly.
yeah.
I mean, I've done different things. I had paddles at one show, like with the red and the green. As
Oh,
opposed
yeah,
to,
yeah.
I mean, I try to like
The
come up
cheer
with.
off. Yeah, I think I've been placed in a cheer off a couple times.
I know it's a terrible way to
And
do
I've
it. And I'm like,
won.
who likes? Yeah, and then like I gotta judge who's clapping louder, and I'm half deaf, so I don't
yeah.
know who's.
I've won a lot of cheer offs.
Good for you.
I was fucking screaming into the microphone.
Which
I
I'm
was
like,
going,
I'm like, if it's left to the cheer off, then it doesn't look like it's fixed that Joey's the music and
Right.
then I win.
You're like giving a huge drum roll.
Like I won like
that's
5
really
of them.
fun for me because I like to learn like little silly things to play and stuff. Gives me some motivation.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, no, I
It's
love
fun.
having you. I love the slide whistle.
Oh
Anytime
yeah.
you can pull out the slide
It's
whistle.
funny because I've only done that a couple times, and it's when someone's been just a goofy motherfucker. Yeah.
Like, it's just a.
Goofy fuck.
One of the things we sometimes talk about on here is if you have any ghost stories.
Any ghost
Believe in
stories?
ghosts?
I don't, but that doesn't mean I'm not scared of the dark.
Yeah. Okay. I'm scared. I'm scared.
So when I was living in Colorado, had a basement. Like you don't get a lot of basements in Florida.
Yeah.
And I definitely do not believe in ghosts. But that doesn't mean like ghosts. But I could be wrong, right? I mean,
Get spooked, and then you just are like, it was my fear
when
making me that
because
way.
you had to like turn the light switch off at the far end of the basement and then like walk across it and then go up the
You get
stairs.
so scared that you feel like something's there.
Then I'm like, yeah, you feel like a coldness, and
Yeah.
but then I'm like, well, that's probably just because my heart's like beating
Yeah.
faster or whatever. But then there's like a silence, but then like your ears are like burning from the
Yeah,
silence.
yeah.
It's like so. Then I'm like, I'm not gonna walk faster because then they'll know I'm scared of them, and then they'll get me, even though I don't believe in them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna have to like walk like super tough and slow because I'm gonna like punch a ghost if it like does anything.
You're a fight. You're not a flight.
Yeah, or like, but like, in me once I want to do the flight, but I'm like, no, you got to do the. So yeah, I don't believe in ghosts. Believe in aliens though.
Yeah.
but not necessarily that visited Earth, but like that, like so.
Interdimensional, probably. They probably are God, and we're just their little body sacks that they live the life experiences in, and then when they're done coming everywhere and making war, they just go back up.
I mean, that was one thought I had, but then I just figured that there was probably life in other planets.
Oh yeah, I definitely think that too. Yeah,
right,
for sure.
But yes, the come gods from the skies.
It's infinite, dude. If there's infinite shit, I heard some shit when I was younger where it was some motherfucker, some Tony Robbins bitch, and he was like, anything that we like can imagine exists somewhere out there in the universe, or we couldn't be able to imagine it.
I don't think that's true. I mean,
but the fact that I can imagine a gremlin man with like 6 holes in his butt, where that's his sex organs, that probably exists somewhere because I can imagine it.
Right.
Or it could exist when I can create it when we're fucking advanced.
I guess, yeah, so no, not a ghost. I got a camping story. You guys like camping.
Yeah, yeah.
Wasn't a ghost story, but I mean, camping does lead to ghost stories. So we were tent camping. I had a short-lived second marriage. Only lasted a few months, but we all went camping, and just a woman. So there's a noise like in the campground, and kind of like peek through the tent, and it's a bear. And like I'm like pulling the gun out, like thinking I'm gonna have to like shoot or scare it. This crazy bitch gets out of the tent and starts like stomping. Get out of here, bear! You're not allowed in our.
That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
Well, okay, fine, but she was scary.
Yeah,
tiny. But yeah, so it was just like, and what was my point? No ghost, but bear.
So was it scary as fuck though?
I was like, it was, yeah. I'm like, do I shoot it? Do I shoot it into the air, hoping that like would scare it off?
Yeah.
Do I have it in me to kill a bear, or do I let him carry off like one of the kids? You know?
Yeah.
Because only one of the kids is really mine. I mean,
Let one of hers go.
Right. She had 3. I mean, like
There was one you wanted it.
right. If they carried that one off, I'd be like, look, you got 2 other ones. He was a real pain in the ass. So saying he narrows it down to the only one. But no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you hear that, kid? Yeah, you hear that, kid? You watching? Yeah, your old stepdaddy wanted you to be taken by a bear.
No, that's not true. I don't really have any contact with them. But I guess in case they do watch it,
they'll never see this.
Right.
Look at you getting them.
Yeah, I'm always I'm paranoid these days. Like who sees what?
I know.
Like the longer you have in life, like the more like past situations, you know, that you've experienced. So it's like you always worry. Like now that you're in your 30s.
Yeah.
Right, like your 20s are in your past. I mean, you were with the same person though, all your whole 20s. Yeah. So there's less.
I still feel like I'm like 18 years old in my brain, but I'm just stressed out now.
I see. That's the weird thing. At 53 now, I still feel like that way. Like, oh yeah,
really?
Like, I'm just like. I mean, every now and then I'll look in the mirror and be like, "What the fuck?"
No,
you ever hate young people?
Say that.
No, I don't hate.
You ever see young people in college
scared.
just like with like tank tops, and you're like, "Fuck these young fuckers."
Yes, my kid's in college now.
Oh,
and
then
like,
you love them probably.
No, you see that right? You're like, you don't realize like how good you have. Like life is just anything is still possible.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I mean, it's not, but at least you get to like like.
You think it is.
Yeah, so it's just
no worries.
It's interesting. She's in a sorority there. She goes to school in Arizona. And like even my old fraternity is like
Arizona.
Yeah.
She probably has a fucking where ASU?
Arizona State ASU.
Oh no.
Right? I mean, yeah,
that's the number one.
Now it's So when I went to school, Florida State was the number 1 party school. Now that she's in college, that's the number 1 party school, which maybe says something about
shit.
My lineage, you know.
Speaking of your daughter, earlier this came up. Your daughter was partying last night with
Flo Rida. Yeah, she went. I mean,
that's not a good sign, brother. Flo Rida.
Why is that not a good sign,
bro?
I think she was taking a Flo Rida.
Bro, they be running that bright line train, bro.
No, they
be running up and on that bright line train, bro.
They pulled her up on stage and she had like the mic doing her friend. Yeah.
So wait, she had the. Tell us about this.
I mean, I literally just got videos from her.
She had the mic, all right. What the fuck?
You got videos from her?
Yeah, she's sending videos to me last night. Look at this. I'm up on.
Up
Up on
on
stage.
what?
First she's like, I'm by. First she's like, we're up front. I didn't. So she just
This
turned.
is your daughter you're
I
talking
know.
about,
She just
dude.
turned 21 this month.
Oh, no.
Exactly.
So-
Florida likes them.
So she just started. Like, I mean, she had a fake ID in college, but like, she's like, you can't get into real clubs. You can get into the shitty like college bars. So she's just like experienced. Like, she's staying down here this summer. In South Florida. So like,
she
but
hasn't
she's
had
like,
South
Oh, no,
Florida
dude. If
before.
she's got a dump truck like you, bro, it's all over for these fucking Floridas.
dump truck like me. You like my ass?
Yeah, dude.
All right.
What? I thought that was going to go better.
That's all right. No, so she's like experienced like the power and like the curse of like being a young woman. So like she's been going out in Miami like each week with her friends, and she's like, yeah, we got table service at this club because there was an old guy there, and he's like, do you want to go out on a date? And she's like, yeah, but she's like, I wasn't. We just stayed there for the show and then ditched him at the end.
Okay, so she's smart. She knows what she's doing.
Right, she's smart. But then I'm like, then she got up on stage again, and she's like, oh, like I guess it's his business, but like she posted the video of herself on stage. She's like, then she gets a DM, but it's like, I assume it's like his people, like probably. Because it wasn't like dirty.
Florida's people?
I assume. I mean, it's his account, but it was like, thanks for coming. Great time. Thanks for coming out, family.
Wait.
Dude,
Wait,
the whole
wait,
crew
wait,
bang.
wait.
The whole crew
Tell us
bang,
about this
bruh.
video. Wait, show us this video and we'll stitch it in. We'll stitch it in.
All right, you want me to pull it out now?
Do you have the video?
I do. It's past my phone. All right, we'll stitch it in.
Let's check it
We'll
out,
stitch
yeah.
it in here.
All right. Oh, look, she's still messaging more.
Oh,
All right,
no.
Oh my god.
The boys with a Z. That's how you know she likes Florida.
Oh
Right.
my god.
So, yeah, I'll send you the video. So that's her in the... Oh, we'll let it play again. That's Florida. So that's her right there. All right, let's see. And Florida takes the other girl's mic, so she's still up there with her mic. All right, so let's see. And then it was like...
Dude.
so then there she is taking a picture with him.
Oh my god.
And then,
Oh.
okay. And then she says this from her DMs. Like she posted the story and then his account, right? Official Flow. So I assume he has a staff, but you were so fun tonight. Thank you for having us, family. Hearty face.
What?
Oh, wait. So she sent back a little heart and a little like prayer emoji. And then like he liked it.
He shared her shit.
Oh, did he reshare it?
Yeah, I think he shared her story.
Oh, so well, we can go to, I
Wow.
mean, I don't think she blocks me.
Flow Rider, dude.
She should be. No, that's not her. Where's my daughter? On Instagram. We'll like edit this for clarity.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Bro, this is crazy, man.
Yeah. So.
And then, like, so what did she say Florida tasted like?
Yeah, like it. Dude, she's definitely getting fucked by Flow Rider.
she's
dude.
not. I don't.
Dude, what are you
If
saying,
not last
dude?
night, next weekend.
Yeah.
I.
Dude, but Flow Rider DMs you, I'd be fucking sucking Flow Rider. Hey, can I drive in your fucking Bugatti? What are they called? Bugatti? What is
You only
it?
got one shot to DM until they reply.
Well, no. Now she's got the reply, so now she's to get golden, right? To
Now she's
to go back.
It's crazy you brought this up.
no.
dude.
Well, no. I think she's a good kid.
Yeah.
But she's realizing the power of like
Yeah.
at least like putting yourself out there for like not necessarily doing anything like the previous story, which because she told me last weekend when she went out, she's like, "You're not gonna like this story, Dad." But I was like, we got into the bottle service area by like telling this guy like, "Oh yeah, I'll go out and date with you," and then ditching him.
Yeah, that's smart.
Right, but now she's so. I guess my point of bringing this up was she's down here. She's interning. She's interning for like a big company, but like but she's setting up displays for the company like in Targets and Walmarts. And then like so the first week she's like, oh, this is a great job, I probably want to work here. And then like this past week she just had a bad day in a Walmart in Miramar because like she's like some guy like yells at her like, I would never let my daughter do that, like literally like stocking food on a shelf, like for this job, like going from store to store. And I was like, yeah, she was like all upset. She's like, well, maybe I won't, work for them. And I was like, damn, no, I need to get you off payroll, need you to get it. But I also like don't want you to be
What's
like,
that noise? What the fuck?
my stomach.
A motorcycle.
Oh.
He has a motorcycle.
I
Yeah.
don't like big noises.
No, and she's like also getting the rough deal, like in a Publix, some she was being trained by like the person from her company, and then like the manager or the assistant manager of Publix, like, I wish I could train you, and so she's like dealing with like the grown up side of like being
Becoming
a young
a woman.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she dealt with in school too, but like this is like more like frat boys only have so much game. Like older men are like predators essentially.
Yeah.
So
All men are predators.
all men, right? They just get better when they get older, probably.
Yeah.
Like a frat boy is just
Once
gonna
they have money, they got power.
first you get the money,
Yeah, first you get the money, then you get the funny,
then you get the. I'm trying to get the funny, right? They'll think you're funny.
then you get the bujani.
See, that's like
have
getting the
you
oh.
have you ever had a
Your Tums hanging
like
out,
a
dude.
crazy
I look silly.
have you ever had a crazy like heckler type of experience?
I'm trying to think if I've had a bad. I don't know that I've
Or
had
ever
a bad.
seen one that was like a good one?
I don't know who was heckling. I mean, did you come? Were you at the off the cuff at Swampgrass where they're essentially like yelling at one of the audience members?
Yeah, yeah.
And it almost turned into a fight. I mean, it kind of did turn into an actual fight. Oh, maybe you weren't at that
I
one.
think I came late. That was
Yeah.
the David Nahil one, right? With
Yeah.
Chris Renoir.
Yeah, so it
So
was like,
I
I was
came
there
late.
for that, yeah.
I came late from another gig.
so it wasn't like a direct heckle. I mean, it was like a heckle kind of the show concept in general.
Oh.
But it was like, that was that's why we don't do the show there.
It was a
anymore.
regular, right? I'm pretty sure,
like,
yeah.
They love I mean, I get it. Like, they're trying to run a business, but like, we would pack that place out like it would never be packed.
Yeah.
And they liked us having the show there, but they wouldn't give us the consideration of like turning off all the TVs and treating it like a comedy show. They're like, that's just one of the activities happening there. So you got the guys at the bar in the back, like, oh, the fucking Panthers just scored, and they're cheering.
Yeah.
So it was like, and it was a little embarrassing with like the David Nihil was the one. He was like, "Can you turn the TVs off?" And I'm like, "No, we can't." And I felt like as the producer and like. I mean, one of my goals of doing it too is like to have like good business relationships with like these comics. So if I do other shows or if I see they're performing, like I'd feel comfortable hitting them up, and they'd have a good experience, as opposed to like, oh, he ran like a Mickey Mouse show at this bar.
Yeah. Coming back. You want people
Right.
to want to come
Right,
back.
I want to come back, but I also like I'm thinking like career. If I'm going to keep doing comedy,
Yeah.
like I want like him to be like, oh yeah, Warren, like, if I happen to be in the same city as him, like that, I could. Hit him up, and he'd be like, "Yeah, you can do a guest spot. Like you're cool." As opposed to like, "Nah, man, you're not a professional."
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll let me.
Cool.
Let me. I like off the cuff, and it's been like it's amazing how quickly if you don't do a show, how quickly time passes. It's been like 6 months now. We did that like almost New Year's Eve one, and then now we're in end of June.
December.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And what about like music? Like, do you have any like crazy stories from like going to any concerts? Or
I don't know if they're like. I mean, it's almost like a guilty pleasure. Like I've liked Weird Al Yankovic since I was a kid.
I love Weird Al.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do. Like, you don't like blast it at like the stoplight or whatever. But like, like I remember being in law school. My best friend at the time and I, we were both like fans, and like, so I went to law school in Gainesville. So I went to Florida State for undergrad. Then I went to Gainesville. Anyway, so I say that because there's a great picture floating around on my Facebook of me and my friend with Weird Al, like signed by him. So we went and saw him in Tampa, and then Fort Lauderdale, and then Jacksonville, like 3 nights in a row. So it was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh shit! You
Just like before digital cameras, basically. So like Friday we got like a picture with them. Saturday we went to like an hour photo. Like, this is before digital cameras. Like it was like went, got it printed out, and then waited again, got him to sign it. So it was like,
my God.
and he's on tour again. So I got to get someone to go with. My girlfriend's not a big fan and probably won't try. But Flip Schultz, the comedian, if you guys are familiar with, loves Weird Al. Actually used to open for him in his shows. So
Really? That makes sense.
So Flip, if you're watching this,
Flip
let's
Schultz
go.
is always slinking around all Weird Al style. No, I don't know. I don't really know that.
Wow. Cool. And so that's gonna be July 11th.
July 11th, Friday. Yeah, we got to said Ricky Cruz, Drew Illa, Jackie Sanchez, and myself will be on the panel. We'll have then probably 2 winners from Friday will come up, and we'll do a show Saturday. So we're back at the Best Western Conference Center, which we sometimes nickname Jack's Upstairs Comedy Club.
Ooh.
Nice.
Right? Just to give it a little cachet.
Yeah, jacked off.
Because, Best Western is like not the best.
I have a show July 12th. Jackie's supposed to be on my show.
Oh, yeah. I think maybe she said maybe she won't be able to do the Saturday show. What time is your show?
We'll see. Barrel of Monks, it's our 1-year anniversary.
Oh, wow. I think she did
so
say
we're
she
doing
can't do it.
our 1-year anniversary party. That's going to be Chris Machado, Florida's funniest comedian. Right. It's going to be Mark Christopher. Or no, not Mark Christopher. Dom Prezini from Have Nots.
Oh, nice.
And Jackie, and then me and Ryan. And we're going to do a little pre-party with like ticket giveaways. We're doing buy one, get one beers
BOGOs.
all night.
BYOB. BOGO B? Buy one, get one.
Buy one, get one beers all night. We're doing a ticket giveaway.
Now, how do people get tickets if they want them? That's how you do promo.
Link in my bio. Link in my bio.
Link in her bio.
Shannon says shit.
Link in the pie.
And Shannon says shit. Yeah, and we're doing a preview of Riff Roulette there. So we're gonna do like a little preview of Riff Roulette and do a giveaway for 2 tickets to Riff and 2 tickets to our comedy show.
I just had a crazy thought. Maybe one night off the cuff we can do a collab.
Yeah.
Do like a 20-minute riff in the middle as the writing contest. We could talk about it later. I don't need to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
But collabs are like all big these days. So
all about them collabs, clips.
Collabs.
Right.
Yeah. And so we're doing Riff July 17th there.
All right, you're doing
as
one
well,
this week,
so.
or probably not before?
No.
Not one July 3rd?
No. I don't have another show until, July 12th, July 17th, July 25th. That's Plantation. A couple other shows.
Nice.
Links in bios.
There you go. Yeah, my link's in my bio. Too. I got my link tree. My link tree's in bio.
Link
which
tree?
then brings, Is
And
that
we
still
have a
not cool?
song. Joey's going to get his stuff ready.
Sandman Sleeps has a show, Respectables.
Oh, same day.
Also July 25th.
Oh, yeah,
with
that's
Violet
right.
Silhouette and other really cool bang bro that I can't think of right now, but they're cool and they bang.
Yeah, check them out. They're awesome.
Zach's got a little red butt that I'm going to spank. And that's about it. Sandman Sleeps has a new album coming soon.
God.
Awesome.
God. All right, and we've got actually a song for you.
I get this
we
ready.
wrote a
What's
custom
your
little
worst
song.
fear? Just tell the camera your worst fear all
Sure.
dramatically while I get it set up.
Spiders.
Spiders.
No, not really.
Are you scared of spiders?
I'm not.
Are you scared of anything?
Ghosts, but I don't believe in them, but I'm scared of them. If that makes sense.
Being alone.
That's not my fear, but now it is.
I feel like that's every man's fear.
That's not women don't fear that.
I don't know. I think maybe not as much anymore.
Not after living with men for a little while. They're
not
like,
as
you know
much
what?
anymore. Yeah,
I'd rather be alone.
Yeah. And then once men live with women, then they are scared to be alone.
Right. They're like, oh my gosh,
Nobody's
the house
gonna
is like clean daily. And it's
like nobody's going to clean up your poop streaks in your toilet.
Yeah, that's...
You know?
Yeah, I try not... I've learned you don't leave those around. If you happen to create them, don't leave them.
Joey cleans mine.
My worst fear is like being like murdered pathetically and not having anyone there to help me.
Pathetic? Like how? Like,
Yeah, just like by a group of people, they're murdering me and they're like, shame, shame. And I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. You got the wrong guy. And they're like, did you eat these jelly donuts and put the one on your tip? And then we ate it. And now everyone's poisoned from your cum? All right.
It's weird that you feel this way because you just turned 33. So it is your Jesus year.
It's my Jesus year. I'm the Messiah. Wait, what is it? Not the Messiah. What am I saying?
Messiah?
How excited were you that Taylor popped up
he's pretty.
at that tight end?
I was upset because I wasn't there.
Like, could you have gotten
so many people there that like probably could not appreciate her the way I could.
Right? You happy with your choice of song?
Huh? I'm not surprised because that's one of Travis's.
Sorry.
That's why
You're not
she did that
ticklish,
song.
dude. Now I feel like a fucking idiot.
My balls
That's
are
one of
ticklish.
Joey likes that song too. It's not one of my favorite
It's
songs
catchy.
personally, but
Is it because it's
I mean,
too
I like
popular?
it. I like it. I like that song,
Is
but
it
it's not my
because if
favorite.
it's too popular? Like when you like love an artist, like the song that like everyone loves of that artist, you're like, I don't like that one as much because like everyone likes because it's like that's just a pop. You know, it's like a
Not necessarily. I just think that it's like there's so many songs of hers, and I like the ones that are maybe more lyrical than the poppy ones. There's a lot. She's a lot deeper than you're giving her credit.
She could
for.
be
I
lyrical.
have seen Taylor Swift in concert.
Oh, you
I
have.
took my daughter and her friends. Yeah,
To which one?
we've actually seen her twice now that I think about it. This was in Denver. Gosh, what year would it have been? Like 5 or 6 years.
Do you remember any of the colors?
I don't remember shit. I have pictures.
2011.
No, not that long
The
ago.
Red Tour.
But I also
2012.
But I also saw her in Vegas. She headlined like the Rock in Rio festival.
Well, there was like 20. So 2013
I mean,
or
I could
so,
look it up for sure.
2013 or so would have been the Red Tour. 2015 to 16 or so would have been would have been 1989, and then
That probably would be what it was. I mean,
1989, where
mean-
she had a short bob.
I don't remember.
What? It's all characteristic by colors and
I'll
haircuts.
look it up, but I'll look it up later.
It's defined.
Shan, try and come in for the song if you can.
Let me
Like,
come
Come
in.
in the gaping gap between.
I want
And
to
it-
make sure
ooh,
I
gape.
like.
You love gape. Bumping mics.
you
We're
know,
gonna
I like
gape.
the gape.
We're gonna gape you out.
Try and come in a little bit more. I feel like your back is out of it.
Put your
Is
face
it?
into
Yeah.
Here, I can.
Well, I'm like,
Come in close to War Dog.
I don't want
War Dogs.
anybody to.
You know, my biggest fear is having my,
Cut my
stomach exposed.
clit off.
One of my biggest fears is not being able to protect my family that I love.
Oh, you guys gonna
That's
have
chilly.
kids?
No.
No, because I can't protect them, so I don't want to have them.
Nice.
If I can't protect them,
That's good. That'll save you so much money.
So much money.
Right.
if you don't have anything, then there never was anything.
Do you have like siblings? You have like nieces or nephews?
Yeah, I got.
So-
Oh, boom! That's all you need. You have
Yeah,
them.
Joey's siblings all have kids.
I love them. I got 5 nieces, 2 nephews.
That's
That's
plenty.
plenty. They'll
Yeah.
inherit all my stuff.
My brothers have no kids. My older brother, him and his wife don't want to have kids. And then my little brother would like to have kids, but he has no girlfriend.
How much younger is he?
3 years.
Oh, she's
No,
not
she's
young.
not
Young.
good.
He's,
Yeah.
Play your cards right, family. You'll inherit my bongs.
Nice.
Yeah, that's all I
Yeah,
got.
the nieces.
And my wedding photos.
Those are classy.
They'll like pee on them. They'll be like, let's burn these fucking things when I die. They'll be like, no one cares about this guy.
All
who
right,
didn't have
all
kids. We'll
right,
piss on him."
all
All
right, all
You
right.
gotta do some heavy editing here.
I know, Joey. Joey.
I don't think
Can
we
be
need.
a-
Is there anything you
No.
want to edit out of
No,
this
no, no,
one?
nothing that I said. No, I mean we had
Maybe
some
what I
killed
said.
time trying to look for the
Space.
video, but
Oh, it's okay. That's okay.
No.
People like to just wait,
right.
sit and wait.
People like to watch.
Yeah,
They
people
like to
like
watch
watch.
people in a bed. They like to be a cuck. Thank you for being a cuck. Thank you for
Right.
being a fan. Thank you for tuning in. We've got a song here, another thread count podcast lullaby. Let's go.
I'm gonna be singing this all week, whatever it is.
It's a little different than
Let's make love tonight. Look at this. It sounds like a little Marvin Gaye almost.
You like that shit, boy?
Warren Buffett, no, it's Warren Scott, not a millionaire.
Comedy.com.
Make sure you follow at Comedy Now Production.
Follow them, especially on YouTube.
At Off the Cuff Open Mic. Everywhere you can find Warren Scott. Make sure you follow Joey.
At Joey Mason with a bunch of underscores and a bunch of stuff. Sandman Sleeps is coming out with a new album soon. Parchment Propeller's coming out with a new song soon. Off the Cuff's coming out with a new thing soon. I'm coming out with some cum soon.
July 11th, Off the Cuff. See us there. Follow me at Shannon Says Shit. Stay tuned. I'm open up for Chris Kattan. I got some cool stuff going